wait 10 seconds. So, okay, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, but it's been mostly because I've been working, trying to skate in the summer, going on a few dates here and there, and just like, living life outside of, making these videos. I just do it for fun. It's not really like a source of income per se. So maybe since it's getting cold outside, you'll see a few more videos here and there, and not have to wait 3 months for me to post again. So obviously, we're talking about the shit that Kanye West has been up to today, and it's going to be a content warning. I'm going to be very angry, very aggressive, and very upset at this man's antics the past couple of weeks. The anti-blackness and the pretty much pro-fascist, pro-white supremacist takes that he's been having to pay on the past the past couple of weeks and stuff like that, all the bullshit he's been up to. A lot of people like to try to say that this man is mentally ill or some shit like that, but I digress with that because I feel like you can only be mentally ill to some extent, but some of this rhetoric is his own rhetoric. This is why I really don't like rich people in general, is because it seems like when a lot of black people especially get rich, they forget what it's like to be a normal person. I'm not even talking about being a hoodlum. I'm not talking about like being in jail, but I'm saying just like work for a living and just be an average black person with no capital behind them to support them and stuff. And then they go around, promoting all this bullshit about how black people are lazy or how you should vote Republican, or get into the worst fucking political cults ever, like the Black Hebrew Israelites or the fucking Hotep movement and stuff. And that includes people like Candace Owens or Ice Cube, or any of these stupid fucks that go around promoting this fucking nonsense, because all working class people need to stand together against capitalism and white supremacy, including working class white people. So this divisive bullshit trying to blame one group or another for the world's problems is not going to solve anything or make the world a better place to fucking live. It only makes it harder for people to organize and fight back, and it only benefits the white supremacists, the Nazis, the fascists, and the rich people. So like, there's no excuse and no reasoning for the shit that he's been on about the past couple of weeks and what have you. So just gonna be very angry this video because I'm not surprised because he's been on this bullshit for a couple of years now, but um it's been getting really bad lately. Like, as you know, like the White Lives Matter shirt, the hanging out with Candace Owens thing, a actual fucking like white supremacist bitch who goes around slandering every black person that gets killed by the police and what have you. So like, yeah, and I guess at the end of the day, I don't know if he's doing this to make money or not, because I think he's worked with like PragerU or like Daily Wire and shit like that. You got Ben Shapiro bitch ass up here talking about now the things that Kanye's saying is anti-Semitic. But hold up, Ben. I thought anti-Semitism and racism was just fucking what do you call it, virtue signals used by Democrats to get votes and stuff like that. You're telling me on one hand racism is real, but I guess it's only when a black person does it in his eyes. But anyway, point being is that this behavior that Kanye has been on is completely unacceptable. People like him, Owens, and all the rest of these motherfuckers are help usher in a fascist America where you think that shit is bad now, but shit can get a whole lot fucking worse. So I guess I really don't have no more priming to do. I done did my angry rant, and we're just gonna cut into the video. I guess I'm gonna try to turn it down a little bit because I tested earlier and it was kind of playing kind of loud, so I'm gonna turn it down. I'll skip forward a little bit.
So like, say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you guys have
Okay, let me stop you right there. There is a such thing as black Jews, like African Jews, Kenyan Jews, but black people are not Jewish people. We are Africans, descendants, probably mixed with Native America or white somewhere down the line through the circumstances that we were colonized and enslaved and brought over here. But we are not, by any stretch of the imagination, we are not by any stretch of the imagination Jewish people. Jewish people, I don't know the entire history of where they come from or who they are, but one thing that I do know is that black people have faced persecution and hatred But it's and literal enslavement and being treated as property. But it's not because we were Jews. It was because we were black. And saying that shit is automatically anti-Semitic is disrespectful to all the Jewish people out there that have struggled and fought to integrate into society. Jewish people, as you can see, still have a little ways to go because you got anti-Semitic pieces of shit of many different races and backgrounds that go out slandering them.
Okay. Yeah, with the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish.
This is everything he's saying right now is fake. This stuff is not real. It's not real at all. You would notice that Hebrew Israelites, because I confronted some of them in public, they don't read the Jewish Bible, which I don't know the name of and I'm not going to look up. But the idea is that if you are Jewish, you are going to read the Jewish Bible, not the King James Holy Bible.
Also, we from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. So we're not just black.
So is all people. See, look, I try not to get too religious, as a leftist, but it's like I told some Hebrew Israelites to their face one day. The word of God in the Bible is for everybody. God welcomes all people and he has no respect of persons. So there's no such thing as, oh, this person can worship God, that person can't. God welcomes all people of all races, all backgrounds, no matter what mistakes you made or what you did or didn't do or how you live your life. God accepts you for who you are. And anybody who goes around saying like, oh, black people, are the only people that can pray or accepted by Jesus, they're just full of shit. And they're promoting racist dogma for no fucking reason. Yes, racist dogma can come from, black people as well. Even though it might be constructed differently, it can be a reaction to the actual oppression that we done faced over the years. And, and it can get misconstrued. Instead of going to Fred Hampton or Martin Luther King route, it can go this way, where it's like, okay, instead of integrating into society and bettering our society among ourselves, we're going to just hit every fucking body.
Just like the Jewish people, and now we're coming into money, but the main thing is I gotta drink the Douce over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together. But we couldn't even talk about, I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up business.
Jewish people still don't have it easy. I don't understand what this guy means, like real shit. Like, Jewish people don't have it easy. Jewish people are still struggling to be accepted into society and not face anti-Semitism whenever they make a fucking whenever they literally do any fucking thing.
It's Jewish business secrets. And these secrets,
or have things that have nothing to do with them blamed on them.
Talking about building up the properties and stuff like that.
Yeah, these secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret, I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be
So Kanye, if your doctor tells you that you had herpes, you gonna go tell everybody?
Secret? Don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets, because it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. And what they do is,
oh boy,
the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that could really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die, and then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job, right? But Cameron Azoff got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azoff is connected, and we have to make our own connection.
I really would look into this, and I really don't think that this is what happened.
That's what I saw. What I loved about it, I love Dove just as a human being.
And that's the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEFCON or nothing on it.
Didn't put it out because fuck you, Kanye. Because there's no need for any paraphernalia saying White Lives Matter. Everybody fucking knows that. White people are not in danger at all. Nobody is gonna make a shirt with your neo-Nazi talking point on it. It's bad for marketing, and it's just straight up fucking racist. Nobody is going around saying that white people's lives don't matter. Nobody does that shit. I don't know, who are you talking about? Where are you getting this shit from? It's not happening. Like, literally, And the only people you would notice that go around shouting "White Lives Matter" are actual Nazis or fascists. You hear the Proud Boys saying that shit. You hear them fuckers saying that at Charlottesville. There's no excuse for that shit. Nobody is attacking white people for being white. White people have never been under attack for being white. So the phrase "White Lives Matter" is completely minute. And like I said previously at the beginning of this video, white people hold most of the political and economic power on the western side of the world. So there's no fucking reason why anybody should be going around saying white people are under attack. And the only reason why people say that dumb shit, if you want to further into the culture war, is because they saw a black person on TV, or a black person has a movie, or a woman speaks up and says that sexism is bad. So then all of a sudden straight white men are under attack because you saw a black person on fucking TV, or you saw an interracial porno or some shit like that. So like, get this shit out of here, man. Where you're talking about you're trying to justify a known neo-Nazi talking point. You can go to the Wikipedia page. The phrase "White Lives Matter" is connected to neo-Nazism, not even just conservatism. Actual Nazis go around larping around saying that shit.
Right? I'm like, put it out, and he's telling me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum, and I was like, yo, I want you to visit.
You should, you son of a bitch, because all the anti-Semitic horrible shit that you're saying about Jewish people, and it's like, first of all, we're not gonna play oppression Olympics. You know, I don't agree with doing that, saying like who had it worse, black or Jewish people. But you know, in recent history, you know, about 70 years ago, Jewish people, and it's hard to even keep this TOS, but just know the Nazis did some horrible shit to them. And even some horrible shit happened to them in the Soviet Union. So like, you know, and even before the war, in other countries that were allied countries like the United States or Britain, Jewish people faced pretty much almost the same persecution as blacks. So like, all this bullshit about, man, I forgot the fuck he even said, but just like, so like this bullshit, man, like, it's not worth saying. Oh, and then he turns it to fucking Planned Parenthood. First of all, there's a complete fucking difference. First of all, you know, politics and the organizations that's associated with them, like feminism, like I got into it with a black Hebrew Israelite who just talked over me on this microphone, they shift and change over time. Things don't necessarily stay the same. It's kind of like how the Republican Party is the party of white supremacists when at once they were the party of people that was freeing slaves. But in any event, though, what I'm about to say is that there's a complete difference between a systematic execution of an ethnic minority of people or a woman making a choice to have an abortion. The only reason why, you know, like conservatives and fascists like Kanye don't like abortion is because it prevents them from controlling women. Because people like Kanye want a world where women get punished for sex and are not allowed to live their lives outside the control of men. And that's the only reason why these people hate abortion. It's not because they give a fuck about children. Because Kanye is the type of guy, his puff-faced bitch ass, that will go around saying, the same conservative talking points. Like, so, okay, if you force women to have kids, are you going to give them food stamps? Are you going to give them Medicare? Are you going to give them, the things that they need to survive and, take care of this child? Are you going to give them free daycare? Are you going to, make it so the kid can go see the doctor and the dentist and shit? And then you'll name all these things that people need to parent, and they'll call it all government handouts and not support any of it. So you see, like, these people don't give a fuck about children. They just give a fuck about controlling and hurting women.
I'm like, yo, I put my life on this at this point. Because they've been fucking with me too long.
Too damn bad.
They put the crazy narrative out there.
Because you've been
trainer, Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's.
Because you've been acting fucking crazy. That's why people call you fucking crazy. These backwards talking points. Because let me tell you something. I was gonna say this at the beginning, but I think this is a perfect point in time. Politics flow one direction or the other. There's no such thing. There's no fucking way you can be pro-black, but you're a homophobe. You're a sexist. You believe in all these rewritten anti-black, anti-left narratives that actually hurt black people in more ways than one. There's no way you can believe all this shit at once. You cannot believe food stamps, social security, and healthcare are government handouts, but at the same time somehow you're pro-black. You can't support a president that supports fascists and neo-Nazis and then you're pro-black. You cannot come up here and being an anti-Semitic, Holocaust-denying piece of shit. And by the way, saying you don't want to visit the Holocaust Museum in that context, kind of like that during the argument, it's kind of Holocaust denial because you talking about you don't want to see what happened or you don't believe it for whatever reason. That's the vibe I kind of get off of that. In turn, hurts black people because it promotes a white supremacist and fascist agenda in America. And you're going to get us all put in death camps or back in slavery really fucking quickly with all this bullshit that you're spouting up. Like, I don't know if he does it to make money or it's kind of. I don't think it's because he's mentally ill. I think he's just stupid. Because a lot of rich people are just dumb.
Trainer put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press. I got a bunch of friends that went to the hospital. It didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the third episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him. So they'll go and get
this whole 3 hours, I'm not going to go over, but they should have turned the camera off. Literally, Tucker Carlson did an interview with your bitch ass, and he had to turn the camera off because you went on a bunch of anti-Semitic rants about how blacks are the real Jews and all, just like dogmatic anti-Semitic bullshit that was completely unnecessary. You were so bad on Tucker Carlson, fucking. They're coming to burn the suburbs, Carlson. You gotta arm yourselves and go see who's voting Tucker Carlson. We're gonna kill you if you make me get a COVID vaccine. Tucker Carlson, the fucking great replacement guy, said that the shit you were saying was too much. You were too much of saying the quiet part out loud for the fascist Tucker Carlson that works for Fox fucking News. Who are literally the people that work for Fox News. They will say anything, no matter how racist it sounds. Somebody got on there cussing a couple weeks ago because Trump's bitch ass little estate in Florida got raided. So don't give me this shit where you're talking about they didn't send it to the press because no.
Supposed to be my friend that's been taping me the whole time.
Oh yeah. That's why people don't record you.
And buy this nigga out for $30 million
because they want to stop you.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi taking a picture of you, you ain't getting no money off it. You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish media. And I'm saying, y'all
it's not Jewish media that's screwing you. It's capitalist media. It's for-profit media that's screwing you, which are not owned exclusively by Jewish people. I'm sure there's some black people in there. I'm sure there's some white people in there. Maybe some Latinos and some Asians that own these media companies. It's not fucking Jewish people, man. And I'm not going to say it's not some terrible fucking Jewish people out there, Ben Shapiro. But at the end of the fucking day, like, it's not Jewish people's fault that our system promotes the exploitation of black people. That's capitalism. So, Kanye, if you actually want to make a difference, you should start I don't even want to say it's like for no profit, but you start a record company or some shit that is not for profit, or sign people to deals that are fair. You got the money and capital to do this shit, to put a nip in the bud of what's going on where people are getting screwed over in these deals. So you could turn to anti-capitalism, or at least doing capitalism in a fairer way, and not being an anti-Semitic piece of shit, just blaming Jewish people for everything.
The bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4
a Nazi talking point.
SoFi Stadium shows. They cancel my shows.
Cause fuck you, dude. Nobody wants, bro. If they didn't, dude. Let me tell you some shit. If you would have had them shows, they're not sure what would have probably happened. It could have been protest. It could have been a motherfucking a riot got started. Somebody could have threw something at you. Somebody could have got on fucking stage and grabbed your ass. Anything could have happened. People don't want you there is because you're a controversial figure. You're bad for profit. You're bad publicity because the bullshit that you're spouting off.
I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing. It's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something, everybody in the car gonna go to jail with him, right?
This
But
has
if a black
nothing.
man,
This has nothing to do with why and that's capitalism again. By why for profit venues don't want your anti-Semitic neo-Nazi black ass in their venues. This has nothing to do with it, bro. You're talking like Kanye. You're literally saying nothing right now. None of this shit matters or connects to anything that you were just saying.
man can play basketball and rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people.
I mean,
right?
I can interpret that in a positive way, but he means it in a way where he said Jewish already, so you know where this is going.
If a Jewish person can repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the
It's not just Jewish people, it's rich people. It's because they're rich. It's because they have the capital to fuck you over. Stop dealing with them. Start your own record company. Start your own clothes. You can print your own fucking clothes. Start a printing press company. Print your fucking neo-Nazi shirts that only white people are gonna fucking buy. Go ahead and do it. Nobody's fucking stopping you. So instead of being fucking anti-Semitic and blame, and it's just like it's not even about them being Jewish. You're bad for profit, man. Promoting neo-Nazism.
businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person,
Whoa, did he just do what the fuck I think he did? No, you stupid dipshit. See, you're being anti-Semitic right now. You're doing the same thing that they do to black people, and you don't even fucking realize it. Yes, you stupid fuck. When it's like, yeah, that's how racism works. Period. You just described racism. See, the thing about this pompous twip dipshit that he doesn't understand is he just described how racism works, and that type of racism you just described affects everybody that's a minority group. It affects everybody. So if one person of that race does something bad, everybody gets blamed for it. That happens to every fucking race of person. And it happens to Jewish people. It happens to blacks. It happens to Hispanics. It happens to Asian people. And even before they were considered white, it was happening to Irish and Italian people. Like an Irish fucking, little gangster that's like, 17 years old would steal a car and get arrested. And they be some, oh, there's those Irishmen stealing fucking cars if we were back in 1920. And we can bring it up today if you see a black kid smoking weed, those blacks smoking weed. Or a Jewish person working at a bank. Oh, those Jews are always working at fucking banks. And especially if he's working at a bank and actually ripping people off, that stereotype follows the entire race. And that's an unfortunate byproduct of people like you being racist. That's just how it works, man. And then ironically contributing directly to what the fuck he's saying. Like, there's plenty of Jewish people out there that have no capital, that work for a living, that are just trying to fucking make it in the world. Whether they are a lawyer, whether they're a fucking doctor, whether they work at a factory, whether they drive a fucking truck. There's plenty of Jewish people out there that are not fucking rich and they're just trying to make it through life. And I really don't appreciate this, this anti-Semitism. I personally, have a few Jewish friends, and I'm sure they're not taking kindly to this shit, and through my friendship with them, I'm not either.
they people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black
You're just hanging out with the wrong black people.
guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where's a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is, y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake.
So what are you talking about? It's again, bro, and I'm gonna skip ahead after this because I do want to go over more subjects in this video that he tries to cover. But dude, what are you talking about? Why not be an anti-capitalist? They ripped you off because they had the money and capital to do it. It's not because they're Jewish. A white person can rip you off. A black, any race of person, black person can rip you off. Fucking a Jewish person can rip you off. A Hispanic can rip you off. You can get ripped off by an Asian person. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter what their race or ethnicity is. You got ripped off because that person had the money, capital, and power to rip you off. They didn't do it because they were Jewish people doing fucking Jewish things.
Should have learned with Puff. I should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I told y'all.
Please, next subject. I can't do it anymore.
You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away.
Look at you right now. You're on a podcast being anti-Semitic because you feel like it, basically. You're a black Trump supporter. You wore a White Lives Matter shirt in public with a known white supremacist propagandist. And you refuse to take in any other information that's contradicting your narratives or telling you something different. You are fucking crazy. You see, I had a phase when I was younger. I used to be a sexist. I used to be a homophobe. And I used to kind of be pro-capitalist and like pro-work. I used to even think the police were pretty cool. But I took in new information about how the world really works. I didn't stay being an asshole and denying the world around me.
I already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends.
Because they stay away from you because this bullshit you be up to, man. Like, I wouldn't want to be around you.
Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public.
They got the fuck away from you because you are fucking crazy. You're going to be the cause of somebody getting killed or kidnapped or beaten. Like, you know, because that, like, you know, like, that shit really happens because you saying this dumb shit in public. Sorry about that. I'm just messing with my Xbox real quick. Because you are, again, promoting this, you know, this black conservatism and black republicanism. You can be the cause of something bad happening to their daughter. Because they might hear you say some dumb shit and then it gets taken out on them. So yeah, they're right to get their kids to fuck away from you. Plus, you're a dangerous influence. I wouldn't want you teaching no kids none of that bullshit that you got bubbling in your head.
Public, and I didn't have the address of my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas.
Because they are self-aware about how fucking crazy you are, dude. And how dangerous you've gotten over the fucking years. And they think that it's in your best interest that you stay away from your kids. And Travis, if it was Travis Scott, which I don't know because I'm not a celebrity guy, gave you this address, it was out of pity because he wanted you to at least know where your kids was at and not because he had your back and he was on your side. I can guarantee you that. Because sometimes, you know, you as a person on the outside can see like, okay, yeah, it's for the best that this motherfucker stays away from his kids.
Fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who, because you can't shoot nobody anyway.
I know I keep pausing a lot, but man, there's nothing that I love more than like performative celebrity outrage. Like, Kanye West is a pussy. I can guarantee you that this guy will not put his hands on no fucking body. If somebody would have clotheslined him for wearing that White Lives Matter shirt, he'd be on Fox News the next day saying that somebody hit me because my beliefs are different and trying to take out a lawsuit about it. This dude is not hard in the least. He might have a mental health problem. He might be stupid, but he's not hard.
And the reason why you got talks is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up.
By the way, you don't get to say the N-word if you're a black person that votes Republican.
You shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Right.
Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No. I'm Michael now. I'm Michael now. I am the richest.
Right. They say you're the richest black man in American history.
He's not. It's some Nigerian guy.
In history.
Can we make some noise for that? Goddamn.
Y'all can try to lighten the mood if you
I
want.
want y'all to run up on me.
No.
I want y'all to come kill me.
He like some no. Like we almost had the mood lighten, bro. This dude is fucking gone, bro. He's stupid and full of himself. It's like Dunning-Kruger effect. I think that's what it's called. It's that when a really stupid person think they're smart and they're spitting some facts that everybody wants to hear.
I want you to do all
But he has nothing to say.
you rap about. All this shit you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please.
All right, man. I can't take no more.
Kushner asked Steve Style,
He,
like, yo,
cause at that point he just larping.
did Ye fuck my wife? And Steve Style was like, no, Ye never did nothing. So when I went to the White House,
Come on, politics.
media outlets calling me an abuser based on something Trevor Noah said, me being canceled from the Grammys, and me being said, they saying that I said a racial slur because I said kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
You're the only coon here.
Talking about Trevor Noah, and then they kicked me off the Grammys.
Cause fuck you, that's why. Trevor Noah is black. And he supports black people. Trevor Noah politics have actually moved further to the left. He's probably the most, besides Jon Stewart, he's probably the most pro-black fucking, late night news host that you can fucking find.
And I was slated to win Album of the Year for the first time in my life. It's my 10th album. It's the most number ones in Apple history, and I'm.
You can stop with the weed smoke. You ain't gonna get them contact high and get them to calm down.
An incredible artist. It reached at this point, and we don't even know who won Album of the Year. It got canceled by who? Jewish media.
No, it got canceled by the media because they don't want shit to do with you, man. Like, you just don't see it. Like I said, it's Dunning-Kruger effect, dog. Like, you don't see nothing that you're doing wrong. You don't know what anti-Semitism is. Have you forgotten? I guess the Black Hebrew Israelites I talk to were this stupid. Like, it didn't happen because you were an innocent conservative with just differing political beliefs. You just literally at the beginning. See, and it's like, who knows what else you were saying behind closed doors? Because literally at the beginning of my video, or this video, you just did a Holocaust denial. So I don't want to hear it, man. Like, they got a reason for not wanting your ass on the Grammys with them.
2024 runs around, and Jewish media, they're gonna be my friends because.
Why the fuck is all me? Is Rupert is Rupert Murdoch Jewish? Is the person that I doubt the person that runs Viacom is Jewish either. Is Ted Turner Jewish? Was the owners of Time Warner Jewish? Is the owner of like Interscope or any of these fucking record companies Jewish? Or Microsoft or Apple? I'm not saying it's not Jewish people that work in any of these companies, but they're not fucking owned by Jewish people. They're owned by wealthy white people. You fucking moron. So stop blaming Jewish people. You blame Jewish people for everything, dude. Like, did you forget to wipe your ass before this podcast? Oh my God, I forgot to wipe my ass. It was the Jews. Did you like have a gay experience in high school? Was it with a Jewish guy? Oh, the Jews convinced me to do it. You don't have to blame Jewish people for every fucking thing, dude. Pull up your fucking pants and blame capitalism some fucking time. Or blame yourself in this context, because you don't, all the shit you've been saying the past couple of years and doing, you didn't have to say or do. Take some personal responsibilities for the anti-Semitic, anti-black bullshit that you've been up to the past couple of years. You fucking maniac.
You can't just go into the White House like Trump did and have the entire American media against you.
It's called being a fascist. And no, not all the media was against him. Places like Breitbart, Daily Wire, Fox, and all the other motherfuckers were bootlicking his ass all the way into even through January 6th. So like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. All media was against him. And sure, some people like at right wing media were against him, but for the most part, Trump had plenty of media support from what I last heard.
Because he can't get the work done. It's like having like
you just literally hung out with Candace Owens, a black woman that gets paid to tell racist white people what they want to hear.
3 million Meek Mills at one time. At all times, every time you're talking, it's just Meek Mills, Meek Mills, Meek Mills, just talking shit about you. And you're trying to, show that. When the last time you heard North Korea? You know what I'm saying? Trump did that. He came out the gate, boom. He did that. So I feel like...
You talking about when he saluted a dictator and didn't solve any fucking problems and let them keep all the nuclear weapons?
That's like, for me as a musician, to mention the Jews is like North Korea for anyone else's career. And my dad's...
What are you talking about? You don't have no right to mention the Jews just because you're just being anti-Semitic. And instead of blaming capital interests and capitalism, you're just blaming Jewish people, most of which who aren't rich, and most of which don't have shit to do with the record companies and stuff. Like, it's Jewish people that are in college working at fast food restaurants, and you and even like the normal white supremacists, like the Nazis, like, do you really think that Jewish person has anything to fucking do with the problems in your life? Because it can literally be rich white people fucking us over, or even rich black people fucking us over. Or even rich Hispanic people and shit. And you gonna go around saying like, oh, it's just only Jewish people? Whatever you gotta tell yourself, man.
Said something to me because my dad was proud of the shirt. He understood it. I was like, why you like that?
Yeah, your dad is a fucking moron if you're talking about the shirt I think you're talking about.
And he said, white lives matter. And he's like, cry face. I said, why was that funny to you, Dad? My dad...
Because you look like a damn fool. You're an embarrassment. You're not a free thinker or somebody doing something different. You're just a black man wearing a neo-Nazi talking point.
None of my rap lyrics, something like that. He's political. He a genius. He like Steve Jobs. He got a water purification.
Because even right-wing people, if you're a conservative, you know anti-Semitism when you see it, and it's everybody's right or everybody's duty to call that shit out.
Consider in the DR, this nigga's smart, right?
Yeah, relax. Dominican people.
So our focus is water, right? Our second most important research.
And why is it no pushback, bro? Why the fuck ain't none of these black guys, you sitting here listening to a black man repeat neo-Nazism, and none of y'all are like pushing back in any effective way? But I guess at the end of the day, not all people are like myself or many others, though, that are politically informed enough to push back when people are being anti-Semitic or promoting anti-black talking points.
Resource. Our second most important resource to knowledge is water. Our third is food. Our fourth is shelter.
I thought it was oil.
Have you seen that guy that created that system that gets water out of the atmosphere?
Yeah, I met with him before. And we need that. We need every version of how we can take salt water out of the atmosphere. But right now in America, say one of the laws that I would change is it's illegal to collect rainwater in America.
What? Illegal? It's illegal?
It's illegal to collect rainwater.
You go to every other country, they're collecting rainwater.
I will offer some commentary with him bringing that up, but I mean, I'll just let the empty stupidity just speak for itself on that.
People are controlling the water. It's gonna be what t-shirt you wear, what political opinion, and who got beef with who. You ain't got no water. You ain't got no life. I'm trying to tell you, because a lot of people they want to call me crazy.
I just call you stupid.
It's like running a marathon. If I got some shorts on,
All right.
Say
Uh,
that.
I just said it.
All right.
But
what did he say?
I just felt like people just walking in with too much Balenciaga. You know, if you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like they just out here like flexing, you know what I'm saying? They just flexing like, you know what I mean? And I don't like somebody saying, well, I'm gonna be the voice of Ye. Ye the only voice of Ye.
Mm-hmm.
Ye the only manager of Ye.
You
Like
can only be stupid for you.
I look at every single bill I pay. I only pay bills on a Friday.
Right to
Yeah. And nobody would help. Everyone's seeing, but nobody's gonna really help. They just wanna capitalize. Nobody really wants to help. They just want to see what's in it for them. Nobody's really trying to support or give you the information. They want to own it. A thing that a Jewish person will always say is they'll say, "This is mine," with something with.
I'm getting like a big headache about this shit, bro. It's like I'm gonna try to skip to the George Floyd shit, but I'm gonna say this one more fucking time. The problems caused in our society are not caused by Jewish people. Jewish people are the victims of capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy, and other forms of persecution, just like any other race of person. And the person that you should be blaming if you're feeling exploited by record companies is just rich people in general. You have the capital to start your own fucking record company. You have the capital to print your own fucking shirts. You have the capital to go to therapy and unlearn all this stupid racist bullshit that you're believing. So you need to stop blaming everything on Jews. Fucking pull your pants up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and do some work to actually make the world a fucking better place. Because I just, I went into this, and it's not like I'm not gonna quit just yet. But it's just like I expected more political prescriptions to be laid out, at least from the previews that I saw. This guy is literally just in every other sentence saying Jews are doing this, Jews are doing that. You're worse than a fucking actual white Nazi, bro. I expect this shit from like Nick Fuentes or fucking some like James Alsop or Eric Stryker or Haas or some shit like that. Or fucking Jackson Hinkle. Like, you're being anti-Semitic as fuck, dude, and it's not called for. You could just be an anti-capitalist, not an anti-Semite.
It's like something a black person built or that any company built, and they'd be like, "That's mine now." I remember
That doesn't happen. That never happens. What are you talking about? I've never heard a story of that happening out where. Well, of course it doesn't happen. This is just anti-Semitism.
when Scooter Braun called me and said,
the manager of Justin Bieber.
"Yeah," he said, "Yo, I got some people who got some early stock in SpaceX, and we can buy it behind Elon's back."
That's the way you go.
And I said, "I'd rather have a relationship in Elon's face than to buy something behind his back."
Mm.
That's more valuable to you.
Now, my thing is like, look, all Jewish people are not bad.
Please say that.
I just said it.
Say it again. Did it hurt you to say that?
But I need the ones to step up. Because up to this point, I can name you 20 nightmare situations.
Yeah, but that you can't. That's like.
It's coming now. Let me say it, bro. It's coming now. It's coming out. Let me say it. You have to get to it. I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of. To amend is not to pretend. We need to amend. Because I ain't finna pretend. You know what I'm saying? And I understand Hollywood is a world of make-believe, but why this will win an Emmy, which I'm just gonna make an assumption is a Jewish media platform, is because we're going to demand the amendments. The amendments in our culture. We're gonna demand, I'm me tooing the Jewish culture right now.
There is no. I'm not gonna say there's no such thing as Jewish culture. What are you talking about? What? Oh my God.
Y'all gotta come out and how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I, I, I think that's what America's been waiting for.
Waiting for what?
You against Trump?
Yeah.
Who you voting for?
What are you running as?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I'm a fan of a lot of people, but you know, respectfully, I don't like nobody better than me.
Right.
Wow, you self-absorbed dipshit.
If he asked you to be VP, would you?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a piece. That's like me. Let's say Watch the Throne. Then.
Do you remember January 6th, what he did to his last vice president?
Well, you thought he was VP on Washington? I thought
it was equals.
Co-president.
But still, that's my elder. That's my senior. That's a person with more experience.
I love the respect.
Yeah.
I love that respect. Holy moly. Are we still on Quick Time Islam or we moved on?
No. Go. Finish Quick Time Islam, man.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm already on the Bad Bunny situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love to see.
We gotta get like the Chinese
the
too.
world.
We gotta.
The Chinese are on point.
We gotta get like
Chinese
them,
on
right?
point.
We gotta get our own factories. We gotta put it together. Whether it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at like Warren Buffett's factory or something. It's gotta like when you walk in, you gotta feel. That's the reason why. One of the things is like when me and Puffy was like going back and forth on Instagram or text.
Am I supposed to move my leg up? I'm sorry.
Here, Bob. Boom, let's go. I'm an Adidas head. I'm sorry.
Hey, let me tell you, you don't gotta be sorry because Adidas is a team. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. He was a warrior, bro. That man made it from being Ye's assistant to the head of Louis Vuitton. That man's a warrior.
Oh, give me a break. I guess we done with the politics, huh?
I already showed you multiple times, even when I said,
Pops and God.
yeah. So I showed you when I said Beyonce had the best video. I put myself at risk
To follow you. We do. You are yay. But when the white lives matter, we know white lives matter. We know that.
Oh, somebody called him out.
But black lives matter. When we are getting killed every fucking single
2.5 times more likely.
day, we have to notice that.
But since that happened, we haven't got killed less. We got killed more. We broke more shit up.
He's full of shit. He's full of shit. No, it's staying at the same rate. The only reason why black people are, it's like this, man. I'll tell you the story from the beginning before I skip back because I think I missed the George Floyd thing. But let me put it like this. Black people were brought to America and we were not even thought of as human beings. We were thought of as property. So eventually we were thought of as second-class citizens. And eventually we became full citizens with the caveat that we are redlined and so much damage has been done to our economic and education system and the start of the drug war that black people live in poverty. That poverty causes black people to be more likely to commit crimes. And those crimes leads to things like, police brutality, police biases against black people, and, a black person being 2.5 times more likely to get killed than a white person by the police. And that's the short version of shit. There's a lot of, intermixed things that happen in there, how certain acts or how certain red lines were added or taken away, and how some black people were able to ascend thanks to their wealth and what have you. But, that's the short version, is that black people were never meant to be full citizens in this country. And the problems that we are facing are caused by systemic racism. And it's like nothing else to it. And capitalists, rich people benefit from our persecution. The police, the DAs, the lawyers, the fucking the police industrial complex all benefit from our exploitation and our persecution. We're more likely to have to work more jobs. We're more likely to have to work for less, to have, even the little things that we have. So that's the short version of it. And that's basically why black people are in gangs and shit. That's why black people get into with the police. Most people, if you ever go to a prison that are in there for drug dealing or murder, especially if it's gang related, they didn't just start doing that shit because they felt like it and then it'd be fun. It's a lot of people growing up in households where their parents don't give a fuck about them, where they don't have enough to eat, where they don't have any, like, where to go or places that they can hide behind somebody or some shit like that. So that's the gist on that. Like this and trying to justify the persecution of your own people is unacceptable.
You gotta understand, it's like what I'm doing is tight jeans. If you think about Meek Mill's outfit and you picture him, you gotta picture him and some,
Who cares?
you know what I'm saying, building up the basketball teams or building up the fashion brand. Oh, okay.
No, we're bringing back. You want me? We're not celebrating.
I'm not a career politician.
You're just stupid.
I'm just, special ed on a mission. I'm just here.
Oh, we see.
I'm just saying, respect to Rocky. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a word that said factories in America since World War II. That's the mentality I have, and I'm a minimalist.
Oh,
I'm
World War II, huh?
I mix a bit of the Ahmed.
Okay, we're gonna, I guess, just look it up, and I'm gonna end the video on this too. Oh, I think it's right here.
He's telling me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. They've been fucking with me too long. Y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. Like, Jewish people have owned the black voice. Whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt or it's all of us being signed to a record label. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck. Like,
That's it fully was. And Kanye West is currently facing a $250 million lawsuit for this fucking lie. The justification of a murder of a black man by the police. That's all the fuck that is. It's nothing more, nothing less. And it was no excuse for him to say this. It was proven in court. The coroner and everybody else stepped up and said that George Floyd died from asphyxiation. And it's disrespectful to all the people that went out there to get tear gas and get their ass beaten by police, to spend nights in jail, to see justice done, to see that this police officer was not only stripped of his job, but he was convicted of murder. So, like, yeah, fuck Kanye for this one. And I wish that family good luck in the courtroom.